Should we do like an intro thing?
We can do that later. Let's just eat.
Well, but then like, don't chefs like do that? They have like the finished product and then they say like, this is how you do it.
We can do that like tomorrow. No one will even know the difference.
Fine. I can cut it off.
Good evening and welcome to the second edition of HelloTsup. I'm Dan.
And I'm Mary.
And tonight we are going to be making fajitas.
Yeah. Something to keep in mind is that tonight we're making it with chicken, but if you're vegetarian or would like to swap that out for a substitution, black beans is a good idea. And then tonight we made a serving for 4 people.
Buckle up.
Step one is we're going to make sure that all of our stuff is really clean and we clean off all of the dirt of anything that we're using here in the kitchen and make sure that we're staying really sanitary here.
Cooking can often be a team sport where one has the ability to make up for what another may lack in detail.
Next, we're doing the bell pepper. You're gonna core it, seed it, and then thinly slice it. I'll show you how I do it. You just cut around the top there. Ooh, be careful, guys. And then pull that out. That gets most of the seeds out. But then you're just gonna slice it in half. And you can use a smaller knife for this if you want, just to kind of get that last little bit of seeds out. Because the seeds are gonna taste super bitter. And then you thinly slice. We can move those seeds out of the way later.
Are you done yet? I want to do my part now. Next, we're going to work with the onions. First, we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to peel it, and then we're going to thinly slice it. We want to make sure, since we're using a really sharp knife, that we're paying really close attention to what we're doing. So if we can get really close to the onion, you'll be able to see really well what you're doing. Or you can get a special pair of glasses like I have that help me to see with really great detail as I slice.
Also, you should probably cut off the root on
This is my part.
Okay.
And this is a great opportunity for you to now cut off the root as well. And now we are ready to thinly slice the onions. Just you do the rest of them.
A hack that I found helpful to keep you from crying when you're cutting onions is just to take a
I wasn't crying.
Just take a piece of bread and put it either on or like near the cutting board, and that will actually like soak up some of the juices that are like being released into the air. Thinly slice it, probably even thinner than what I just did. Also, another hack, put the onions in the fridge or the freezer for a few minutes before you start cutting them. It'll help the juices not release as fast.
Next we are going to thinly slice the jalapeno into rounds.
Make sure you like don't touch your face or like your eyes after this because it will burn.
You think I want to touch my eyes right now? As you start to slice them, you can choose whether or not you want to remove this center part. That's where a lot of the heat is stored, and you'll have a lot more mild of a jalapeno if you do so.
Next, we're gonna zest the lime until you have 1/2 of a teaspoon. Another way that you can zest a lime if you don't have a zester is just to cut off the rind as closely as you can, and then just chop it like super tiny. And then you're gonna cut the lime in half and then slice that 1/2 of lime like so. So you're gonna take those slices that you just cut up and you're gonna put them over the jalapenos in a small bowl. So squeeze them in there. Kind of toss that together. Make sure they all got some lime on them.
Next, we're gonna take a large pan and we are going to set it over medium heat, medium to high heat, I guess. And then add a drizzle of oil. Once your pan is hot and the oil is hot within there, we can add all of our onions and peppers all together. Make sure that you separate the onions once they get in the pan there so they start to cook a little faster. So you should receive a baggie of seasoning with you. You'll have about 2 teaspoons worth of seasoning in here to use. To start, we're just going to use 1 of the teaspoons. What I like to do is use a pair of scissors when they work. And then I can just use this as a little funnel into my teaspoon thingy. We'll just go ahead and add 1 teaspoon throughout. And this should take about another 4 or 5 minutes to cook. To speed up the process a little bit though, we can go ahead and add a cover to our saucepan.
And that's to steam it?
Yeah. We'll continue to stir it around, toss it as they say, and we'll add our pepper and our salt as it's cooking. Sounds like every single person in a Mexican restaurant that you're jealous of because you didn't order the fajitas. I touched my eye.
I told you not to!
While the veggies are cooking, you're going to take the sour cream and you're going to combine it with the zest.
How many tablespoons?
This is 4, but remember we have a serving for 4 people. Get out of there. And then you're also going to do a squeeze of lime. And then add a tablespoon of water. You're going to mix that together and make a sauce. And add another tablespoon of water if you think you want it a little bit more liquidy. You'll season it.
Oh, sorry, one more time. Okay, go now.
And then you'll season it with salt and pepper.
Oh, the camera was facing the wrong way.
Now we're going to take our chicken and cut it into strips, and we're going to cook it into the same pan that we used for the peppers and onions. We just transfer them over into a different pan. What am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, season. We're gonna season it with salt and pepper after we're done cutting it up into strips and such. Cook until browned on the surface, which should take about 2 to 4 minutes. So now that it's fairly browned, we'll just go ahead and re-add the onions and the peppers. And then we're gonna add our remainder of our fun little southwestern seasoning.
And then cook for another 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Until there's no more pink left in the chicken.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you're going to place the tortillas on a baking sheet and spread the cheese evenly over each one. And you're going to pop them in the oven for just 1 to 2 minutes to melt the cheese. You don't want the tortillas to get too hard.
Alright, looks like we're done. We will now divide the chicken and veggies between the tortillas.
It looks so yummy.
And then you're going to dollop each with the sour cream sauce that you made.
Are you sure we have the copyright in order to use the word dollop when referring to sour cream?
Problem for another day.
I just don't.
Now I guess do the jalapeno part. Do you want to?
No, just go ahead. Just do it.
No, you should.
Mary, I don't want to touch them.
Then you'll take the jalapenos and sprinkle them over top, or place them.
Just wash your hands after you do this. Bon appetit! Mary, say something cute.
Go Who's!
Oh, there it is. If everything falls out the end, we're still keeping it.